Well, I'm very fortunate to be sitting down with the new head coach of the New Jersey Devils, Sheldon Keefe. Sheldon, thank you so much for joining me on, I guess, day one of being here at Prudential Center. How does that feel?
Oh, it feels great. Thank you. Everything's been smooth and people have been terrific here so far.
And let's just jump right into it, because I think that that's what people really want to know, is to get to know who you are, how you envision a hockey team, specifically this one. What has the last couple of weeks been for you, getting to this point of saying, this is where I want to be, this is where I know I have to be, because this is the team I want to take to the next level?
Well, it was through my conversations with Tom, and they started pretty quickly, after being let go in Toronto and not having a lot of time to process things. You're processing losing game 7 in overtime, and then to losing your job, and then not really sure what's going to happen next, to learning that the New Jersey Devils have requested permission to chat with you. And my initial conversation with Tom was a good one, but he was also very patient in recognizing, and I'm grateful for the understanding that he had where I was at and where my family was at in that time. But with each conversation, I learned more and more about the situation here in New Jersey, learned more about Tom himself and what his vision was, and that we were very aligned, despite the fact that I'd never met Tom, never spoken to Tom before this process began. And we're very aligned in terms of how he sees an organization operating, and process that would be in place, and what he's been trying to accomplish here with this team. And then, of course, I'm well aware of the talent that the group has, and that's intriguing. The fact that it's here in New Jersey and it's in the East is good and convenient for my family.
Obviously, you'll take the summer to get to know the team on a more intimate level, whether it's, the way you want to coach this team, the different personalities on this team. But from the surface right now, when you look at where this team is, what can you kind of say is a bit of your philosophy about where the team needs to go, and how you want to approach that with this group?
Well, I think you're going to lean in on the skill, right? You're going to lean in on the talent of the group, and you're going to set them up for success that way, to do what they do and the things that have given them or have led them to success before arriving to the National Hockey League, and since being in the NHL. The skill level of the players has been very apparent, and we want to capitalize on that. However, you need to establish a team concept here, and we need to have a group that has the intangibles, the physicality, the competitive pieces that I just described as intangibles, but I would say they are in fact very tangible and very important. The structure that we play with on both sides of the puck. We'll put together a plan that we think is best suited for this group. As you say, I will put in lots of work this summer to know the group as well as I possibly can, and learn and be educated. And then we'll set a plan in place. Some of that will come through the experiences that I've had in Toronto. But this is a unique opportunity. This is a different team and a different group. And as I learn about them, and we put together a coaching staff, and I work with them to develop a plan for training camp, we'll have a plan in place that's be able to allow these players to be the best version of themselves, and have them come together as a cohesive group.
One of the things that Tom Fitzgerald really focused on at his end-of-season press conference was the idea of accountability, and taking accountability for this group to another level. So I'm wondering if that, if we can talk a little bit about what that means as a coach, keeping a team accountable, but also empowering a locker room, a young locker room, to keep one another accountable. Because I think those are two different things, right?
They are very, very different things, and equally important. In fact, I think the player-to-player accountability that you speak of is perhaps most important. I think any real successful team, if you were to talk to any player or coach from those groups, you say that those teams push and challenge themselves. They have high expectations that they seek to meet on a daily basis. And for me, it's we all have ambitions. We have individual ambitions. We have collective ambitions of what we're trying to accomplish. For us, it's winning the Stanley Cup. So our actions need to match those ambitions on a daily basis. And if they don't, then we need to be accountable to that. Your hope is that players themselves can recognize it and look to correct it and be better. And when they can't, just when that's what the coach's job to enforce it, to remind the group of what we're trying to accomplish, the necessary habits that are required to do that, and then hold them to it on a daily basis.
Do you hope that this is kind of, I mean, yes, it's a fresh start for you, that, a new voice coming in, yourself at the helm, that this can really be a fresh start for everyone knowing what happened with this team last year and having talked to them about how disappointed they are, that you can all sort of harness that together.
Without a doubt, the off season is going to be for me in my position here now about learning as much as I can about the past, so that I'm up to speed, so that I'm educated of what the group has been through, about where they're at, strengths and weaknesses. But then when training camp begins, it's a clean slate. We're looking ahead, and we're going to look to build something here that, as I say, is sustainable over time. I look at this Devils team a year ago, and to me it was young, it was exciting, it was competitive. It was all the things that you want to be able to build in a team, and then the next season it wasn't. So that's what I would call something was not sustainable. So why was it not sustainable? And what can we do to make it sustainable? We're year over year, we're there, we're earning our opportunity to compete in the playoffs, and then ultimately looking to succeed there. But it is a process. It's a lot of work. We can't get to the finish line without starting the process from the beginning, and that's what we'll do.
Well, thank you so much, Sheldon. I'll let you get to that important work now. Welcome to the New Jersey Devils. We're so happy to have you and looking forward to a great upcoming season.
Terrific. Thank you, Amanda.